This is Valley News Live at noon.
We start with new information on a 3-alarm fire in South Fargo. One person was taken to the hospital after a fire that started in the kitchen of a home last night. The fire department got the call just after 8:30 from neighbors along 24th Street and 60th Avenue South, who saw smoke coming from the back of the house. Firefighters were able to quickly put out the flames and contain the fire to the kitchen. There's heavy damage in that area and smoke damage all through the house. Fire crews spent much of the night on the scene, watching for hot spots and looking for the cause. They remind you to call 911 at the first sign of any fire and to get help to the scene as fast as possible. Well, charges are pending against a driver whose load of hay caught fire on I-29. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says a wheel came off the pickup and a hot axle ignited the underside of the trailer, which spread to the hay and dry grass in the ditch. It happened just north of Buxton and traffic was slowed on the interstate for quite some time. He was able to unhitch the burning trailer from his pickup before his truck caught fire. The driver wasn't hurt, but troopers are considering citations against the driver. Well, the heat is definitely on today, and there are some storms popping up. Well, let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green. Lisa, happy Monday.
Well, happy Monday. Not so happy for people in the path of this storm. We're looking at dark skies in Devil's Lake on our Skycam from Home of Economy. Very dark storm clouds looking toward the east. You can kind of make out a little bit of the sky underneath where those clouds are moving through, but it is going to be a tough one trying to get through this area because we have that severe thunderstorm affecting that region. Here's a look at the latest. First of all, we do have some areas of rain and thunder to the south and east. Those are a little bit on the stronger side too, but the one area where we have a severe thunderstorm is over toward Devil's Lake with plenty of lightning. We're going to turn off that lightning data, take a closer look. I'm going to step over to our screen over here and so I can be able to zoom in a little bit more on this area. Just one thing to point out, this warned area is in effect until 12:30. We're looking at a severe storm potentially producing just updated 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts with it on top of 1-inch diameter hail, and that could do some damage. And this is the area I'm looking at for that stronger wind, that bowing section that we talk about when these severe storms develop, that could be producing those straight line wind gusts heading over Highway 2 and over toward the Michigan area, and eventually we'll see that affect places like Petersburg and the Lakota area as well. Other storms also producing some hail as well, and this one is showing or indicating some broad rotation. But tracking on that storm there down into just east of Devil's Lake, we're looking at this storm potentially producing again inch diameter hail or maybe larger, moving to the southeast at a pretty fast clip at 42 miles per hour. So again, places that are being impacted by this specific one, the Mackville area, Binford, it is heading in that direction eventually. It may take its time, but if you're in Benson, Nelson, Ramsey, Walsh counties, you are likely to be impacted by it at the moment, or it is coming your way. So something to watch for. Just a closer view here. The strongest part of the storm just east of Crary. You see that little notch sticking out there? If we did have some rotation, that's where it would more likely be as this continues to move through Lakota and again back over toward the Michigan area. So this is the one severe storm in the valley. We've got the potential for more as we head into the afternoon. I'll have details on that and the heat that's been building in, helping to fuel these storms too, coming up in just a couple of minutes.
And we'll stay tuned with you so we can find the latest with you. Thanks, Lisa. Well, investigators say a candle is to blame for a fire at a home in North Moorhead last week. Firefighters think the candle burning in a bedroom started the curtains on fire. And it happened at 401 17th Street North last Wednesday morning. That's the neighborhood north of Park Christian School. There was extensive fire damage to the southwest corner of the home and smoke damage throughout the house, but no one was hurt. A Grafton man is in jail after a police chase that hit 100 miles an hour on I-94. The Cass County Sheriff's Office says a deputy tried pulling a driver over for speeding in Castleton, but he took off toward Fargo. After they disabled 23-year-old Bronson Moan's car with stop sticks, they say he took off running and threw out a gun, which deputies found. He was later located and arrested on 10 charges, including possession of meth, heroin, driving under suspension, and being a felon in possession of a firearm. Well, here's your chance to sound off about the future of Moorhead. The city is holding workshops and walking tours aimed at Moorhead's long-term plans. The kickoff is tonight from 5 to 7 at the Yumcomb Center. Walking tours are tomorrow focusing on downtown and the Comstock, Industrial Park, East 10, and Holiday neighborhoods. City planners want to hear your ideas on enhancing focus areas of the city. You can head over to their website for times and meetup spots. Well, cases of COVID-19 are on the rise in all 50 states for the first time since January. Unvaccinated Americans account for most of the increases nationwide. But so-called breakthrough cases among vaccinated people are increasingly common as the Delta variant spreads. There is also confusion about booster shots and whether fully vaccinated Americans should get a third shot.
There's a population in the United States that will require a booster, but at the present time, no one requires a booster. And we can know that by looking at the hospitalization rate across the country of people who have been vaccinated, and it is remarkably low.
The confusion over boosters comes after conflicting reports from Pfizer and the CDC over if and when Americans might need another dose. Well, meanwhile, Grand Forks Public Health is making it easy for folks in the Northern Valley to get a COVID-19 vaccine this week. Mobile vaccination clinics are happening all week long, and they say the mobile sites are quick and no appointments are required. Now today, go to Hugo's on 32nd Avenue South and 17th Street. You can get a shot now until 4 or head over to the Manville Co-op parking lot between 5 and 8 tonight. Tomorrow you can get vaccinated at the UND Athletics Center or at Northdale Oil in Thompson. The mobile clinics are throughout Grand Forks County all week. And for the full list of locations and times, go to valleynewslive.com or check the VNL News app. Well, have you always wanted to learn more about the Navy? Fargo is one of 12 cities across the United States to host Navy Week. Now, Navy sailors from the USS North Dakota spent the morning reading to children at Rendezvous Park and are currently hosting a band performance at POW MIA Plaza in West Fargo. Now, the sailors will host a kickoff event around 6 tonight at the Fargo City Council chambers and end the day performing the national anthem at the Red Hawks game. The sailors say traveling to the FM Metro is important for the branch.
You don't have that daily interaction with the Navy. You don't have that daily interaction with sailors. I think when you think of the North Dakota area, you immediately think Army and Air Force. And so we want to increase that awareness and just show why the Navy matters as well.
Well, a week-long list of events can be found at valleynewslive.com. Now, you may have noticed a different look here at Valley News Live. We have a new set in our main studio. Behind the scenes, our team has been working countless hours, rehearsing dozens of different camera shots and reproducing newscasts, so your viewing experience is the best in the region. Now, we're excited to bring you the news in this state-of-the-art studio, and we hope you enjoy it as much as we do. Well, coming up at noon, the first COVID-19 cases reported at the Olympic Village. We'll tell you what's next with the Tokyo Games just days away. And it's definitely a warm start to the work week. We're also going to be talking about storms as well. All of that coverage is coming from meteorologist Lisa Green. That's up next.